like the guitar tech helped us set us up with guitars, and their amp tech, we used Green Day's amps, and
What? Really?
yeah, totally.
Oh my god. That's
And they lent
awesome.
us guitars. They lent us guitars for the run too.
No
Um,
shit. Any that stood
yeah,
out to you that you were like, "Oh my god, I get to play like Blue or Billy's Blue or whatever that is."
no, but they, there were some Les Paul Juniors that they lent to, to the production that were, like vintage Gibson Les Paul Juniors, which is what Billy played on stage, and that was amazing. Every day to
No
get to go to
kidding.
work and play those guitars was just like. So I played mostly 335, which and I had an SG as a backup. Then I chose the 335 after having seen Green Day in concert. I felt like, the Les Pauls are heavy, as you know, and I thought like I could probably get away with using a 335. And SG is also comparable guitar, was a little bit lighter. I ended up using a tuned down half a step for one tune, and that's what I used the SG for. And then they attached music stands to that railing. So the music stands are there, but we pretty much everyone who played that show, memorized it, because there's just no time to be turning pages. Or sometimes people made cheat sheets, but you couldn't really. It was just too much going on. It happened too fast.
I'm with you. I love that.
It wasn't that much music. We sort of approached it, the whole band, sort of like, it's as if we're playing a rock gig, That would be a weird thing for me.
I'm trying not to look at my fretboard at all.
Right.
Just
Well,
like,
the other thing
don't
is,
even look at it.
But I don't know, I try to make, when I do these things, no pun intended, but I try to make them idiot-proof, counting on the fact that, especially the first few shows that I do, I'm going to be nervous, there's going to be a lot of adrenaline, and in this music in particular, there's a ton of adrenaline, and you're on stage, and so you want to make things you want to take as much sort of brain work out of the whole thing as possible. And so trying to, that would be a tricky thing for me, to be playing Holiday in F sharp, even though it's sounding like F. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm kind of
you
on the
totally
fence about
it.
Yeah, I've been doing it, and it is kind of weird, but I'm just gonna go for it. I think I'm crazy.
Cool. I got a lot before the gig. A lot of people are like, "Dude, you're gonna get tendinitis from all the downstrokes and everything." And I don't think they play that way. I think that's, like I was saying, their music, he's a really, really great guitar player, but there's he's not a super technical guitar player. If you're gonna play all downstrokes on some of those really, really fast tunes, you would really, really need to focus and shed that. And I don't think he does that. I think he plays just what comes naturally, and sometimes that includes upstrokes. And I don't remember. I definitely heard the bass player say that. I heard Mike Stern say, "No, it's not all downstrokes. When it's comfortable, but there's a St. Jimmy. You know the tune St. Jimmy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where's the if you were to do that all downstrokes, you'd kill yourself.
Yeah, not at 150 or 148 or whatever it is.
Yeah, you can't. And they're not playing it all downstrokes. And,
no.
You so maybe you could do it technically, but you would really have to devote a certain amount of time to developing that skill. And I think that just sort of flies in the face of the whole punk aesthetic. They're just playing, in your face, meat and potatoes guitar, and sometimes that means upstrokes.
Yeah, it feels like to me with basically all rock bands that their first priority is putting some kind of energy out there.
Yeah.
And so you need stage presence and you need energy, and then after that it just depends on what your guitar or instrument training is, and then there will be upstrokes or not depending on how you grew up playing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I would go further and say once I got closer to it, this whole notion that it's all downstrokes because it's punk rock just strikes me as silly. Like, I don't have a lot of punk rock experience, but I imagine like the punk rock approach to playing the guitar is not that you need to avoid upstrokes, but you have a certain limited capability and you make it happen however it needs to happen. Like, you don't think
Agree.
it's got to be all downstrokes. Like, that question would never, that's a very outsider and very guitar nerdy question. Is it all outstrokes or downstrokes? You know, it's just whatever you got to do to play the song. And that's and that's what I feel like the bass player, Mike Dern, is like, no, dude, just play the song. You kill yourself if you try to do all downstrokes.
Yeah. Save some of that energy and make some rock and roll faces or something, or jump around a little more.
Yeah. They do. I'll say this: they play really hard. Like, they're very aggressive players. So I think, and that's just the way they play. It's not about the finesse of the touch or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you're rocking out. You can't do that when you're
it was
sitting
so much
down.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You can't play that music sitting down. I mean, on top of that, the choreography, I don't know what you guys are doing for choreography, but the choreography for our production was really aggressive and it reflected the music. And, you know, I've always enjoyed that about playing that kind of music. Like, you know, you don't just sit there and stare at your fingers and play like this. It doesn't work for me, and it's not gratifying, and I don't think it serves the music if you're just glued to the stage. That said, there were those times when we were doing the show in the middle of the winter and you had a cold or something like that.
Yeah.
It was not always the most enjoyable experience, but
yeah.
But yeah, I felt like, you know, to serve the music, you got to sort of inhabit it and let it inhabit you a little bit.
Yeah.